Hello, how's it going? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a movie review for you guys. And this is for a movie that I thought I reviewed on this channel, but I might have done that a long time ago. Probably whenever I said I would do more movie reviews, like a few years ago, but this was like back when I didn't really watch that many movies, so I figured that now would be a good time to give you a proper review for this movie. So for this movie review, I'll be reviewing Spider-Man, which is the first Spider-Man film to be directed by Sam Raimi. This movie came out in 2002. Of course, stars Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane, James Franco as Harry Osborn, Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn, aka Green Goblin, and many other casts in this movie for sure. And this movie really does feature the perfect cast. I mean, you really can't imagine anyone else playing all these characters. Even the actor for J. Jonah Jameson, I mean, a lot of people say that, they can't really imagine anyone else playing that guy, and I can definitely agree because he was definitely the perfect role for that part, for that character for sure. But yeah, this movie, it's obviously a classic. There's a lot to like about it. I mean, if I had to name a list of the 5 most essential superhero films to watch, I mean, this would definitely be on that list. This would actually be very high on that list of most essential superhero films to watch. I mean, if you call yourself a comic book fan or a superhero fan, whatever, this movie is an absolute must. I mean, I feel like everyone and their grandmother has seen this movie at this point. I mean, you could say that there's really no point in me talking about this movie because everyone has seen this movie and everyone likes the movie. I mean, what else is there really to say about it? Of course, this is an origin story where Peter Parker gets bitten by a spider, which gives him the spider powers that make him Spider-Man, of course. This is where he loses Uncle Ben. And, I like the emotional scenes in this movie for sure, when he loses Uncle Ben, it's a lot more emotional in this movie than it is in Andrew Garfield's version in the first Amazing Spider-Man film. The way he loses Uncle Ben, it's definitely a lot more impactful in this movie for sure. And I think many people can agree with me on that. And, you feel sorry for Peter Parker because he made a mistake. He told Uncle Ben he was going somewhere else when he was really going to, to some wrestling match to get some money. And, he really feels bad because the one guy who kind of ripped him off got robbed, and that's the guy who ended up murdering Uncle Ben. And, he feels a lot of regret for not stopping him. And, of course, that's where he says that famous line that's a meme at this point. I missed the part where that's my problem, And, yeah, he, of course, goes after the guy and everything. Or, so he thinks he's the one who murdered Uncle Ben, which that's actually a little plot point that ended up being in the third movie. But I won't go into that because this is a review for the first film. And, of course, he becomes Spider-Man, and he's fighting crime. And, of course, Green Goblin is the villain in this movie. And, Green Goblin is basically the Joker, per se, of the Spider-Man universe. So it does make sense for the Green Goblin to be the first villain of the Sam Raimi trilogy. And Willem Dafoe is definitely a great Green Goblin. He's definitely a better Goblin than Dane DeHaan's Goblin in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was basically a joke. It really was, but Willem Dafoe really is the perfect Green Goblin. I've even seen some people say that he would make a great Joker, too. I mean, this guy, he nails it. He really does, at all the roles that he's in, especially in this one. But yeah, it's just a great action movie, a great superhero movie for sure. The fight scenes with Spider-Man and Green Goblin, they're kind of fun to watch, especially during the parade scene. And, I know that some people say that the Goblin suit is actually kind of outdated, and yeah, it kind of is. You know, some people say it's like a Power Ranger suit, basically. I can kind of see that for sure. Yeah, they probably couldn't have gotten away with this suit if this movie came out today. I know that there will probably be a handful of people that would complain about the suit if this movie came out today. But, you know, this movie is kind of cheesy. And, you know, this came out in the early 2000s. You know, at this time, movies were still kind of cheesy. You know, this movie does kind of suffer from the cheesiness, but, you know, that's what makes it great to some extent. You know, this movie, it didn't have any woke propagandas. You know, this is actually when movies were wholesome. You know, this is when, you know, movies just, it didn't shove any crap down anyone's throats, you know, or anything like that. It just wanted to tell a good story, a good superhero origin story. And of course, you know, there's a lot to like about this movie. The action, yeah, once again, kind of cheesy, but still pretty solid for what it's worth. So, yeah, probably not my favorite Spider-Man movie. I would still say that my favorite is the second one, directed by Sam Raimi, but this is probably my second favorite. Now, I know in my Spider-Man ranking, I put No Way Home at number 2, but that would probably be number 3 for me at this point because, well, of course, when the movie came out, you know, that's still when, you know, when I did that ranking, that still was when, you know, the No Way Home hype was still at its peak. But I think as time has gone on, this is probably my second favorite at this point. But No Way Home would be number 3 for me. But yeah, great movie for sure. I mean, if you have not seen this movie, go check it out right now. Go check it out. It's a must-watch movie for sure. It's a great movie. If I were to give this movie a score, honestly, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, it does suffer from the cheesiness, but even in saying that, it's still a great movie for what it is. You know, and it still holds up. You know, so it's definitely a great film. So definitely check out Spider-Man if you have not already. So let me know what you guys think. Have you seen this movie? Do you like it? Feel free to let me know. So on that note, thank you for watching and have a good one.